Hey guys, this is Zach from So Much Starfish, bringing with you another review. This episode is The Invisible Man. Trapped in a violent, controlling relationship with a wealthy and brilliant scientist, Celia Cass escapes in the dead of night and disappears in hiding, aided by her sister, their childhood friend, and his teenage daughter. But when Cecilia's abusive ex commits suicide and leaves her a generous portion of his vast fortune, Cecilia suspects his death was a hoax. As a series of eerie coincidences turns lethal, threatening the lives of those she loves, Cecilia's sanity begins to unravel as she desperately tries to prove that she is being hunted by someone no one can see. It stars Elisabeth Moss, Aldis Hodge, Storm Reid, Harriet Dyer, and Oliver Jackson-Cohen. It was written and directed by Whannell. I think I'm saying that right. And is based on H.G. Wells' classic novel of the same name. So, Invisible Man. Me and my girlfriend saw this in a double feature. We saw it after Onward, which the review should be coming out in a couple days after this comes out. Onward, very light, very good. This, very dark, also very good. As here on the Slow Motion Starfish, to make our reviews simple, we have some pros and cons. My first pro is the atmosphere. The atmosphere in this movie is bleak. It is tense. The director uses a lot of just still and stasis photography just to give you this sense of eeriness, because since it's about an invisible man, you get that sense of like what's really there or not. It's like Jaws, but if the water was just like air. It's very tense, just like, you're looking at a room, you don't know what's there. Early on in the movie, before like the Invisible Man really starts to make its presence known, just small little things happen in these far out shots of the house they're in, and it's tense because you don't know if that's just something happening or like the Invisible Man's causing it. So it's a good way to bring up builds up the intensity, and it just ratchets up more and more, including some very very good jump scares. Elisabeth Moss stars in it. Elisabeth Moss is the go-to person if you have a project starring a woman and she gets beaten or just terrorized by men. She's the person to go to between this and Handmaid's Tale, and she's amazing in it. She plays the abused Cecilia, who may or may not be going insane depending on who you're in the story. She's amazing. She's kind of like a Joaquin Phoenix in the Joker. She really makes this movie since most of it's based around her. And not really much more to say about that. The themes of the movie. Leigh Whannell, he reimagined the classic novel. But more importantly, specific to this, is the classic horror movie. Because this was supposed to be part of the Dark Universe with Tom Cruise's Mummy. Johnny Depp was supposed to play him, but after all that obviously fell apart. This just began life anew as a standalone thing, probably for the better. Because after they did the Mummy, I can only imagine what they would have done to this. And he reimagined. The original is about a scientist who accidentally becomes invisible and loses his shit. This he reimagines it into a domestic abuse situation, and which is a very smart thing, because this has some brilliant themes of just underlying themes of stuff. And fuck me, man, the score is great. I don't remember the dude's name off the top of my head, but he is the guy who collaborated with Hans Zimmer on the Blade Runner 2049 score, which is also a fucking fantastic score. This score is very industrial sounding. Lots of just bleeps, lots of just noises that just get in your fucking head and just drill inside you. And like at some points, at some of the jump scares, it's just literally, like, it sounds like a fucking alarm. It's fucking just gets in your head and it gets under your skin all the right ways. The cons, as I was saying, with some themes. There's a specific point in the movie. This is a specific plot point. I'm not going to spoil it because it changes the story entirely. The themes got a bit too heavy-handed for my taste. I told my girlfriend after I saw them, after we walked out, she disagreed with me about the specific thing, but I'm not really going to go into the details before it was. And as it is a horror movie, some of the characters are fucking stupid. Like, this isn't much of a spoiler, but the boyfriend, Griffin, is in the movie. He is a optics. He is a leading mind in the optics field. And he's ultra rich, ultra smart, all these things. So, yes, I understand that Cecilia looks insane, especially since this is right after his suicide. But, like, if she's saying he can turn himself invisible, considering who this guy is, optics, seeing shit, it's not that too far of a stretch that he might have come up with some invisible related thing. Just something that both me and my girlfriend noticed. It's like, come on, man. She, like, considering who the person she's like assuming, it's not that much of a stretch. But I love the movie. It's very, very well made, very good. It felt like something new, which you don't really see often these days, especially in horror movies. Well, let me retract that. Studio horror movies. You got A24 going out and do shit like Lighthouse and Midsommar and stuff. But highly recommended. Probably like a 9. Thanks for listening, guys. Follow the podcast, Film Stock Radio. We're available on most services. Follow us on Twitter, SM Starfish Media, Instagram, same thing. Follow our YouTube, putting like content on there. Brian is starting his own TV review thing. He is starting off with the new season of Star Wars: The Clone Wars. So listen to that. Our website is slowmotionstarfish.wordpress.com. Go on there. It's pretty barren at the moment, but we have some ideas for what we want to do with it. So thank you. Yeah, you all have a nice day, and